Talk to me with Adedoja Allen.
I want us to start, by talking about the causes of abuse. I don't want us to go straight into women get beaten or men get beaten. What causes it? What's the trigger? Before we delve into the topic, I mean, causes like a sharp mouth, a nagging wife, an unsubmissive wife, or an insecure husband, where the woman earns more or she has a high earning capacity, lack of children, a cheating spouse. Let's deal with the likely causes first. It's not that we're justifying abuse, but talking about these causes give early signs, if I may put it this way. In your years of experience, what various causes have they brought to you for counseling on this?
It is so embarrassing what is going on. Let's start creating time for our children, fathers and mothers. And I emphasized fathers. Gone are the days when you will say it's only the mothers that should be taking care of children, doing house chores, doing home lesson, doing assignments and all that. Fathers must be involved in raising their children. And some of our grandparents, great-grandparents made mistakes before. Let's stop perpetuating these mistakes. Your daddy will slap your mommy. Your grandfather will beat your grandmother while she's sleeping, and all that because he had 17 wives. Let's stop perpetuating the mistakes of our parents. This is the starting point. They say charity begins at home because it is the effect we are seeing. Let's look at the causes. This is a major thing. Parents need to start getting involved in the lives of their children. And it's not just about girls. Why should the boys be in the living room watching Baka and Asta while the girls are in the kitchen learning how to cook? It is so wrong. The illiterates of the 21st century are not the people that cannot read or write. They are the people that cannot unlearn and relearn. So let us unlearn. Where we say it's the marriage is for the girls. Girls should learn how to do this. Let's involve the boys so that the generation of our children will start blessing us instead of cursing us. So parenting is the first thing. Of course, another one is insecurity, as you have mentioned. I don't know, maybe I should just pause.
Please go ahead, man. No to pausing. We're here to learn.
Okay. Insecurity is a demon. And like I told Georgia, we have, I'm going to be online from Monday to Friday, 5 solid days. And we're going to be doing this because the first law of education is repetition. We've kept quiet for a long time. We don't want any other person to die, male or female. Every life matters. Before we now start, because if we're not careful, after this Osinachi zone, everybody will shout and then everything goes down. We're not going to allow anything to go down now. Every month or every week, somebody's talking about it. When you hear it and hear it and hear it, you hear it from Georgia, you hear it from Funke, you hear it from Kiru, you hear it from different places.
Absolutely.
It will stick eventually.
The issue.
So that's what we want to do now. We want to start changing the narrative, the trajectory of this story.
Absolutely.
We don't want to wait till another life is lost because every life is important. So one of the topics I want to treat next week is understanding the new version of your spouse. Please understand that when you got married 15 years ago to that 21-year or 25-year-old man or woman or that 30-something, and over the years that person has been improving, investing and all that. This is a new version. This is a new version of your spouse. Your spouse is now an MD. Your spouse is now a manager. Your spouse is not somebody that say, madam, you're welcome, sir. Mama, madam, you're welcome. And sir, you're welcome. In the office. This is somebody that people respect now. So you cannot be talking down on her as if you just got married, as if she's still the school sat older 15 years ago. Please stop. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I see some people are saying, okay. So you must be able to manage your own insecurity and to be factual, Georgia. All of us have insecurities. It is a human thing. All of us. But you've got to understand that as your spouse is rising, there is another version and a new version of your spouse. Therefore, manage your own insecurities. My wife earns more than I do. Hey, my wife is just qualified now as an accountant, a chartered accountant. My wife is now a nurse, and because of that, you are no longer secure at home. Why are you talking like that? Is it because you just qualified? Hey, is it because you earn more money? This is how it starts. No marriage breaks overnight. Not at all. So, management of insecurities, male and female, can cause domestic violence. The same thing is cultural and parental pressure. If you are not married, something is wrong with you. When shall we eat rice? Hey, you this child, I went for Mrs. Ogun something's daughter's wedding. See the something that they gave us there. See the souvenir. People are asking me, when are you going?
Competition.
We keep putting pressure. And pressure. We need to understand that it is not marriage that completes anybody. If you are an incomplete person, you will meet and marry an incomplete person, and you will have an incomplete marriage. So, what is more important in marriage is to be a complete person. Love on yourself, like yourself, because hurting people hurts. And parents should stop pushing their children. Even on the wedding day, during the engagement or traditional, you will hear things like, you see, as you are going now, don't come back here. Don't look back. Oh, we have given out your room. Oh, don't look back. Meaning what? Go and die there. We should stop saying things like this. For instance, in our church, we don't say things like this when we are joining couples. For better, for worse, in sickness, in death, because I cannot find it in the Bible. Rather, because I had to rewrite the marriage vows in our church. And this is what I wrote. I take you today as my wedded husband or wedded wife. In health, in blessing, in prosperity. And together we stand against poverty, against sickness. This is how we say it, because words are powerful. You know, we say, and for better, for worse, in sickness, in death, in poverty, in cheating. And we are wondering why we have issues. Let me say this, and please let it be on record. There are still good men. There are still good women. There are still great marriages, even though there is no perfect marriage, because marriage is hard work. But we should not let the devil that is attacking the decision of marriage now make us feel as singles and as married that is it really worth it? Marriage is sweet. Depending on the cutlery you use to eat it, marriage is very sweet. I've been married 38 years. And there are people that have been married 50 years or more. Still counting. Marriage is sweet. There's no perfect marriage, but there are great marriages. Not every man is evil. Not every woman is abusive. So look at the examples of the people that you want your life to look at and stop concentrating on that. So we have cultural pressure. Nothing is wrong with you as a single person. That you are 35 and you are not married does not mean that anything is wrong with you. And please let me say this, Doja. I don't know, it may not be cultural. If you are feeling pressure, go and freeze your egg. Or your eggs. Right. If that is what is giving you pressure. Hey, my biological age, how will I marry? Right. Technology is a blessing. Medicine is a blessing. After all, you take Panadol, don't you?
Absolutely.
You take an injection when you have malaria. So God has blessed us with science, medical science. Go to the doctor, go to the fertility center, freeze your egg, so that you can stop being under pressure for marrying the wrong person.
Absolutely.
This person is glad you say, let me shall marry because I shall must have a baby. Because if I don't marry now, that is something. Then there will be, excuse me. Let's stop it. The fact that it's been on and on and on. That's why I said, let's stop perpetuating this mistake and these errors. Our parents and grandparents, that was the best they knew. and they did not have access to science like we do now. Let's not inherit that. Let it stop with us.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for that outline, Ma. Thank you. Absolutely. Interesting one there. So let's go to the next thing, Ma. So talking about the physical abuse itself, at what stage should it be an issue of concern? Is it at the beginning, the first time when some may think it was a mistake, the guy will change or the woman will change as the case may be, but we're focusing on women now? Or when it gets really bad, when should the woman speak up, Ma? And how does she go about it?
Aja, you are muted.
Oh, I'm muted. Whilst we're trying to get everyone.
You are muted?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's going on now? Yeah, I'm live on radio, but I'm muted on Zoom.
So at what point
should
it be reported if I heard you well, because you were muted at a point, Doja, but I'll just go on. So when it happened the first time, the man or the
network issues there.
Me now.
Okay. Well,
point.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Ma.
So the question is, at what point?
At what point? What stage should it be an issue of concern?
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is my personal opinion. So somebody slapped you for the first time, and the person says it was a mistake, and you sorted it out. And this same person slaps you the second time, excuse me, and tells you it is a mistake or it was the devil. Once that, because some people may not even survive the first one, but there may be no way you'll be able to know if it doesn't. So that second one, this is my oh, I'm sorry, I was going to pray tongues. That second one, step out and report. Do not go into coma before you ask for help.
Speak up.
Either you go and tell, speak up. Either you go and tell his mentor or his leader. I'm very careful about saying pastor now, because your pastor may not be a counselor, a professional one. Because sometimes we think that our pastors know everything, or our imams. They are human. Elisha said, this thing happened to this woman and the Lord did not tell me. So they are human. They don't know everything. Therefore, look for a professional counselor or a friend that you can trust and mention it. Please don't waste for the third one. It may not be funny. Once it is repeated, in fact, if it happens once, I will say tell somebody.
I see.
At least tell somebody. Doesn't mean you are getting out of that place.
Right.
And when we talk about our business, you see, the end game is divorce. It's not the starting point. We're not saying divorce. That's not the message. We are saying step out into safety. In fact, you don't need to take any clothes. Because every marriage that will end in divorce will go through 7 stages. So we're not saying divorce. That's not the first thing. But please, it is the person that is alive that can talk about marriage.
Absolutely.
Step out. If it ever happens, don't wait for it to be repeated, actually.
That's it. And women, I hope you can hear us. Mama said it. If it ever happens, do not wait for a repeat. Talk. Speak up. Let us nib it in the bud. Okay. My next question, Ma, is a victim contacted me to say that The issue is always with how the women will survive on their own, when asked to leave. That women need a lot of support. She even suggested that instead of asking the woman to leave, that can the man leave, be the one to leave, instead, while she stays back with the children. Well, again, sometimes it's the woman that moves up, but that was her own strong point. She said that it happened to her that, she found it so difficult to survive on her own. So she waited and waited until she was able to gather some money and rent a house before she moved out of the house. So that's also something I want you to talk about, Ma.
Thank you very much. We live in a patriarchal society where the man is everything. And I've been saying this for ages. I've been misunderstood, I've been misrepresented. Woman, have your own. I found that in the book of Esther chapter 2. They gave her her own. There's a difference between my own and our own. Don't wait. Nobody prays for abuse. Don't wait for abuse before you have your own. How can a woman that is a degree holder, that is a chartered accountant, that has first degree or HND or even OND, tell me that she cannot afford to rent one bedroom? Women empowerment, this is what we're talking about. If you say the man should move out, can I ask you, were you the one that built the house? Or did you build it together? So, what we're trying to say is, you step out into safety before we now begin to discuss the matter of the house, even if you are the owner of the house. If the man kills you, who will remember that you built? So, if a man is one woman, I've had stories. My head is aching. Stories upon stories. The only pregnancy she ever had in her life, the man beat her till she lost that pregnancy. She's above 60 now. She can't even have any other one. Wow. Another one said the man will beat her till she faints, even in pregnancy, drag her to the bathroom, pour water on her. And she's a soldier. I couldn't even believe that. Just because they say you must stay in marriage. So, if you are the owner of the house and somebody wants to kill you in your house, step out first. Let authorities be involved. I don't know the system in Nigeria, because if it's abroad, they can issue something that say the man cannot come to the house. Here in Nigeria, God will help us.
Amen.
So that the man will not assassinate you. Amen.
We'll get to that.
So that the man will not assassinate you. Step into safety first. But whether you are single or you are married, my point is, be economically empowered. Stop wearing as gold and wig the cement you should have bought to build a house. There's nothing wrong with you as a single person having a one bedroom. It's important where we are going and with what we are saying now. As a woman, you cannot let the totality of your financial life be dependent on your marriage. You can't afford it. Have something somewhere. Keep something somewhere. So that on occasions like this, you will not believe that because I have a home for the abused here in Ondo State. This lady told one of my criminologists that the husband will tell her, if there's a misunderstanding, kneel down, close your eyes, raise your hands up. And they have 3 children. After 15 minutes, the man will say, you goat, you pig, stand up, go to the kitchen, prepare something. And when you are done, clean up and go and wait for me in my bedroom. So the criminologist said, so madam, why are you still there? She says, I don't have money to rent a house. I was affected. What is all this? What's going on? Women, please wake up. Even if you don't have a building, something you can do a job. As I'm here, Roger, I do a job contribution.
Well, yes.
The daily one, the weekly one, the something.
Oh, wow.
Nobody prays for abuse.
Wow.
That's why in Africa, we're talking about abuse, and even widows. Do you know how many of them God is helping me to take care of? Even widows. Once your husband dies, the life is finished. That is not how to live.
At all.
Please, let's start.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Appreciate.
Thank you so much. City 1051 FM. We are your number one lifestyle station. Time check. It's 1 minute past 9 p.m. You're tuned in to Talk to Me with myself, Adedoja Allen. I have a special guest with me on the show today. To all you, my ardent listeners, we are discussing domestic abuse. We're saying no to abuse in marriage, both to woman and to man. But for emphasis, we're focusing on women today. Ma, I've had Christian women who are physically abused and they refuse to leave their marriages because Christ said that the only scriptural grounds for divorce is adultery and sexual immorality and nothing more. You know, if I quote the Bible, it says, I say to you, whoever divorces his wife except for immorality and marries another commits adultery. So this sort of handicaps a lot of Christian women. You know, they don't know how to relate abuse to divorce, as you know, it's not expressly stated in the Bible. Rather, you know, how do they, what promise or what scripture should they hold on to? You know, because if they know what to hold on to, it will console them. In the case of Osinachi, the same thing she was saying, oh, she didn't want to leave because of divorce. God hates divorce. And so if she had something that would probably console her, that it's okay if you, I don't know, walk away, separate, I don't know, ma, please, ma, enlighten us on how to relate it with our Christian faith.
Thank you so much, Doja.
Yes, ma'am.
Every one of us has a brain that contains between 10 and 14 billion cells. There's nowhere in the Bible that says, start a radio show that will take care of people. You used your brain. So that will not be disturbing God, He gave us brain. Therefore, there's a difference between religion and spirituality.
Right.
And like I said, God, when the Lord Jesus spoke in that Matthew 19, He didn't talk about separation. He spoke about divorce. There's a difference between separation, praying from afar, being safe. Nobody can take care of your children like you. What are you telling me? Those 4 children that lady left. That's not nobody can take care of your children like you. So we're not telling you to divorce. That's not the starting point. We're telling you, if you are in any relationship, man or woman, please stand out first, step out first, separate first. We will now look at it critically. Can there be reconciliation? Does the man need therapy? Do you need therapy? What is the effect? What about the financial whatever? What's going to happen? And all that. Nobody's telling you about divorce now. So you cannot tell me and say, because the Bible says, don't divorce. Okay, we say don't divorce, but we are saying step out into safety. That is a major thing that we need to know. And stop using the Bible against yourself. If God hates divorce, does God not hate murder? Is God happy that Osinachi has died now? So that's foolishness.
Thank you. I think that was very spot on there. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to open the phone lines for 1-2 questions directly. People that are yearning for an opportunity to ask you questions directly. Numbers to call is 07001051 1051. I took that again. It's 07001051 1051. You can send us a WhatsApp on 0909 916 4403 0909 916 4403. Okay, I've barely finished before the phone lines are buzzing. Ma, I'll just take one phone call for you, ma. Hello, good evening.
How are you doing, ma?
Fine, thank you. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? You have 1 minute.
Well, anyway, Jonathan is my name. I just tune in. I don't know the guest. Who is the guest speaking? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh dear. Could you please call back? Numbers to call again is 0700 1051 1051. We are on multiple platforms. You can listen or watch live on our YouTube channel at City 1051 FM. We're on Zoom and on Instagram Live at Adedoja Allen. Okay. All right, ma. Thank you so much for your time. So, Ma, in your wealth of experience, do men that abuse their wives? Oh, the phone lines are buzzing. Let me just take this call, Ma. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello, this is Michael. Good evening.
Hello, Michael. Oh, good evening.
I'm calling from Adejumo.
All right, welcome, Michael. You have 1 minute to ask a question or make a contribution, whichever one you want to do.
Okay, it's just a contribution.
Okay.
I want to concur with what the guest speaker there is saying.
Okay.
Because a lot of Christians now are doing the same mistakes of using Bible against
Okay.
themselves.
Okay.
Like in the case of Osinachi now, you just repeat it. Just repeat that she's a victim of what happened. So I think other Christians and other Christian homes will learn from her case. In most cases of not using Bible against themselves. That's what I have.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. Numbers to call 0700-1051-1051. We'll take your comments on Zoom, YouTube, and Instagram as well. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
No, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Mr. Eddie. I come from Oba.
All right. Thank you, sir. Do you have a question or a comment?
Both of them. My question is this: why is it that men that their life?
Say that again.
They,
Hello? Oh dear. I've lost you. You're tuned in to Talk to Me with myself, Adedoja Allen. I have a special guest with me tonight who is addressing the topic on abuse, Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo, fondly known as FFA. All right. So if you have any question, you are privileged tonight to have her live and direct on City FM. Call me on 0700-1051-1051. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
My name is Felix. I'm calling from Mexico.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Now, what I want to say in this matter is this should be a lesson to as many as there out there that is passing through such things, scrutinizing things that most of them are still trying to endure. So, because marriage is meant to be enjoyed, to be endured. So she is saying that she don't want to get out of the marriage because she don't want her to be an emblem of a singer who is a divorcee or the stuff. At the end of the day, she is the result. Now the young man will be living his life, walking about. This morning I heard in the radio where they said that he denied that he's not the one that killed the lady. So it's a lesson to as many as there that is out there that is still trying to cover up the pain.
Thank you.
And God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Ma, I want to talk about stigmatization. You know, oftentimes the woman is to blame, especially the church. One of my victims said to me that that was a very big thing on her. They blamed her. How about that, Ma? How should that be handled?
Yes, let me just quickly say this, that we spoke about the financial aspect of this issue. There's also the mental and the psychological, which is what you're touching on now. Because some women, they are even the breadwinners in the home, but still they stay in abusive relationships. So there's an aspect of the financial, but there's also an aspect of the psychological. Abusers, they will first deal with you psychologically, which was what happened in Osinachi's case. The man will be the one to collect the money when she's invited to sing. They will say, shh, please don't tell. So, so they will have captured. And you'll be wondering why. Look at some will be apologizing on behalf, like she did, apologizing on behalf of the abuser. So they target your mind. And it's the same thing about this stigmatization. It is also a psychological thing, just like HIV and AIDS, just like, COVID and all that. It's not right for people to stigmatize. And I believe that churches, pastors, mosques, imams, they are learning this now. When we say I cannot invite you because you are divorced. You cannot preach because you are divorced. You cannot be ordained because you are divorced. Let's empathize and listen to people's stories. The people that are divorced or separated, sometimes it's not their fault. It's just because of things that are beyond them. And someone was talking about, pastors that also abuse and all that. Well, I'm sure Doja will still address that maybe some other time. But it does not matter who you are. You're an authority figure in the mosque, in politics, and in church. It is not right for you to abuse a fellow human being.
Thank you very much.
So you were breaking when you asked the question. I hope.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go back to it. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? I'm trying to get as many calls.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
My name is Mr. Obi. I come from Oba. Please, I want to contribute. If I would suggest the law should take its course. If ever it is true that the husband killed the wife, it should be hanged, so that it can serve as a deterrent to other men. You don't need to beat your wife.
Thank you.
It is wrong. So, somebody you love, somebody you call your wife, your own partner, you don't need to even lay your hand on her. It is very, very bad.
Thank you.
Law, because this has gone various, even worldwide. Please, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. City 1051 FM, we are your number one lifestyle station. Time check, it's 13 minutes past 9 p.m. and you're tuned in to Talk to Me with myself, Adedoja Allen. I have a very special guest with me, our mama in the house, fondly called FFA, Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo, addressing the issue of domestic violence, abuse in marriage. Following on from the breakout story of Osinachi, she's teaching us women how to recognize the red signals in our marriages when these abuse start to creep in and what you should do. Our first thing is you must speak up, and then she did emphasize that when it happens once, please speak up, talk to somebody about it. All right, ma. Thank you for staying tuned. Ma, in your wealth of experience, that's what I was asking the other time before the phone calls interrupted it. I said that, do men that abuse their wives, do they change? Do they stop? Again, that's another concern. They do say, we're praying, pray for him, go for deliverance session, counsel, blah, blah, and all of those. And women, unfortunately, we're very, they believe that, okay, it will change. That's what Osinachi kept saying. It will change. Don't worry. It will change. It will be fine. It will change. How do you want to address that, ma, please?
Do they change? Marriage hardly changes people. Marriage amplifies who people are. A few might have changed, because I know, God, there's nothing he cannot do. But please, let's be realistic. A leopard hardly changes. In fact, a leopard does not change its scale. Except maybe God meets with that person in the dream, but an abuser, it's better not to go into that relationship. So, very few, maybe an insignificant percentage may change, but you will still see the traits, definitely.
Ma, I have a special question for you. It's really hard to walk away when you love your husband. In this case, what do I do?
Hey, when you love your husband. So I keep telling women, don't just marry someone you love, marry someone that loves you. And what is the definition of love? Because if I love you, I will not abuse you.
That's it.
I will not hurt you.
That's it.
I will not be verbally abusing you, psychologically abusing you, calling you pig, calling you goat, denying you, disrespecting you, spitting on. You love him, but he does not love you. Can you please wake up to reality and smell the coffee?
Osinachi loved her husband. And so,
He does not love you. If he abuses you, you love him, but he does not love you. And I'm so sorry. Please, we don't want to lose any other person.
Yeah, we don't want to. Oh, thank you very much. My numbers to call is 0700. Sorry, I know that I've not been picking the phone calls. I want our mama to have a lot of time to address this issue. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, hello, good evening. My name is Funke.
Your name is? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, I can hear you. The line is faint. Your name is Folake. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I have a personal question for SSE. I'm one of our followers. Now, the question is, in case of a woman who was working before and during the course of the coronavirus, the lockdown, she lost her job, and the family was going on fine, but she lost her job, and one of the child was sick, that the family had to spend every of their savings on this sick child. And after the spending, they lost the child as well. And in the course of this one is not even a physical abuse. This one was emotional abuse, where the woman where the wife caught the husband cheating in the same house. Because why I'm asking this question is, this lady was previously working, she was doing fine, circumstance arise, she lost her job, she even lost a child, she lost all her savings. So what is she going to do in cases like this? Because no finance to go to anywhere, nobody to run to nowhere. Like, this is a practical question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ma, were you able to get the question?
Yes, I had a little, and if I didn't get it right, you will. I'm so sorry about that. I really feel for that lady. Life does happen. She needs help, and that's why I have a home like the one I told you about.
Okay. When
people like that reach out to us and they really want to step out into safety to rebuild their lives, we let them live. I don't charge no couple. We let them live in the home for between 1 month and 6 months. Female lawyers collaborate with me. Like the Nigerian police here in Ondo State, they collaborate with me. We have been able to lock up some men. One man that beat the wife, if you see that girl, while pregnant, because she refused to sleep with his friend so they could get money. Can you imagine your pregnant wife? You told her to come and sleep with your friend so you could get more money. And you now use hot iron to beat her. See the laughs, while pregnant. So female lawyers here helped me. We were able to lock the man up and we put that lady in the home. So I'll be of help if that kind of a lady wants to step out into safety to recoup and get restored and renew her strength, even if it's just to spend a week or whatever. And then we have counselors, professional counselors that will walk her through. She definitely needs a break. A woman that just lost her savings, lost her child, and then you are abusing her. She should, even if the man does not beat her, she can die because she's been through so much. So if the person that asked this question wants to, help that lady,
okay,
that person can talk to you, Georgia.
Okay, ma.
And you know how to get me.
Yes.
If it's somebody who can help, even if it's not in Nigeria, we might find a way to help that lady. Okay. We need to first give her some therapy.
Okay.
Because something is definitely wrong.
So Mama is
fault. There are cases like that.
Thank you very much, ma. So Mama is offering support, help to any woman out there that needs a shoulder to cry on, that needs someone to talk to, that needs a home, just to get advice and counsel and how she can bounce back. Ma, there's a lady here that says that, would Mama kindly create more awareness amongst pastors? They need you to speak to pastors. They said, I think churches are failing couples in this aspect, so they want you to be that voice that would talk to pastors on this matter so that they can be more, I don't know, maybe receptive about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it's in view. It's not only churches, even mosques, politicians, and all that.
Yeah.
But honestly, before we start blaming churches, look at Osinachi's case. The church authorities said they did not know. Her family knew. So it's just that any little thing, church. God forbid, my daughter would be in that kind of, I'll go to that house and scatter the place and carry the child out. So this Osinachi's whatever, we cannot blame it on the church. Honestly, let's be very, very objective. The sister knew.
Absolutely.
The mother knew. The mother said, I've not seen my daughter for 8 years or something. You go to that house and find out what exactly is happening. Go to the police and let somebody follow you. So I don't blame the church. There are other things that the church does. I know there are pastors that are abusive and all that, and I'm not trying to cover up anything. All of you know my stand when it comes to this. But this particular situation, so it's in view, we're trying. And somebody just wrote something now that there's what we call trauma bonding. I forgot the name.
Sorry, ma, let's take a hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Adedoja, good evening, man.
Hello?
Good evening, man. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Sorry about that. Please, can you call me back? 07001051051. Please call back. The line was not clear then. Yes, ma, you were going to take that comment.
Yes, because that lady that said she loves the man, it's a psychological thing, trauma bonding. You tend to love the people that give you pain. It's a psychological sickness. I know a little about it.
Wow.
There are people like that. It's not even in marriage alone. When you treat them badly, that's when they love you. It's a sickness that you don't even know that you have. It's a psychological whatever. So when you say I love my husband, the man that is maltreating you, that is what you are suffering from, and you need help.
Okay, ma. What about other forms of abuse? Emotional, verbal, economic? How should women handle abuse? At least now we're talking about physical. What if it's not physical? There are some that would, just abuse their wives verbally, speak and talk down on the woman.
It is worse than physical, Doja.
Oh my God.
It is worse. Emotional, psychological. Look at you. Look at how fat you are. You are useless. We brought you from the you don't even want to hear what I've heard, honestly, from people. And I'm saying, and you were there for 15 years. Doing what? It is worse than if he carries pain and beats you. It's even better than emotional and psychological, because it can make your heart to skip or to fail. That's why you hear some people, they slept, they didn't wake up. That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So it is as bad as physical. And you might still need to step out into safety and get counseling, get help for yourself and the man. Or the woman. In terms of the economic one, what if the man says don't work?
How should a woman handle that?
So Adedoja, don't let them start abusing me again. You don't have preached on this, and there is no name they did not call me. Now they are coming back to, she said you too. Why will you not work? The man says you should not work. And then you also agreed there. While you are in that house, please sell pure water. Write book, sell something online.
Do something.
No man that loves you will tell you not to earn
work.
An income. Life has left that level. That is stone age.
Absolutely.
Please, I beseech you.
Absolutely. Ma, I used to have a friend who was in this situation. She was economically abused, and so I was so like, why would you not work? I said to her, my father died when I was 8, and it was because my mother was working. That was why I was educated, or I am educated. I don't know. Her husband got wind of it somehow. The man came right attacking me. Do you want me to die? Are you praying for me to die early? Blah, 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 and all of those things. So I said, well, that's not the point. The point is, it's not safe. It's not wise for a woman to sit at home and not do something. Do something for you. We're not saying that the man is going to die early, but please don't sit pretty doing nothing. I'm just going to answer another call Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, ma.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Evangelist Christopher. I'm calling from Oba.
All right, sir. Yeah, talk to me. 1 minute.
Yes. Yeah, I love what you people are saying here. What Jesus saying. But there's one thing I want to say there. You are just, all of you are just blaming men. So what you need to do is, when you blame men, you also advise women also.
No, we're not blaming men. We're not blaming men.
No.
Well,
Maybe you came late.
Yeah, maybe you didn't start. No, sir. No, evangelist. You probably didn't start from the beginning. We're talking about abuse and we're condemning abuse both from the man's side and the woman's side. It's just that the show today is addressing women. Maybe in a couple of weeks we would come back and address men. We will also blame women or condemn women who abuse their husbands. So it's a general thing. Abuse.
I'm not saying that men are not bad. I want to tell us the truth. There are some men that doesn't want to see the progress their wife progress. I've seen somebody like that. He said instead of his wife will be higher than him, that he's going to destroy everything. I've seen some people like that. But I want us to know that women also sometimes they are the cause of the problem. Because some women now they like cheating their husband. Maybe you give them 1,000 or 2,000 to prepare something at home. She will grant if it's something she can use the 500. They like cheating also. And the women discover something like that. There's a way men react to that situation. So you need to advise women also.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, evangelist. That is noted. Like I did say, we will come back and have another edition or episode that addresses women. For emphasis, we are condemning generally abuse in marriages. Ma, we have to end the show, but before we end, I want you to just give like your last comment, your parting comment, more like it, to the women out there to strengthen her, the person going through abuse. We have a couple of them logged in today, but have remained silent.
Whether you're a man or you're a woman, you are first a human being. Please don't stay in any abusive relationship. And please, if you are an abuser and you are listening tonight, go for anger management courses or counseling. It is important. Anger management will help you. When we're talking about abuse, it's about power, control, recognition, respect. You're fighting for this. If you take a good care of yourself and you love on yourself, you'll be able to know when somebody's abusing you. And if because you saw it in your parents, so you throw temper tantrums, you get angry easily, and you hit your spouse, it is bad. Go for anger management. That's my parting word. Please,
thank
go
you
for help.
Thank you very much, Ma. There are many comments on YouTube, but I will not be able to take it because of time. I just have 1 hour. I don't want to take too much of Mama's time. You all heard all her counsel. For emphasis on the issue of divorce, she said that divorce is the last thing, that the first thing they would normally not say, oh, he has abused you, go and divorce. She emphasized that is the last thing that would happen if they've tried everything to resolve the issue of abuse. So thank you very much for tuning into this program tonight. Ma, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for creating time out of your busy schedule to honor this. I do not take it for granted, and I do hope and pray that I will bring you back soon, very soon, for part 2. Maybe what we now have to lambast the women, as they're saying. All right, so see you next time. This show makes a return next week, Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I will be flogging the issue of abuse for the next 8 weeks thereabout. We're also going to bring in the lawmakers. We'll address it from the perspective of law, so that we ensure that the law is enforced on abuse. So if you have any stories to tell me in the meantime, just send me a message or a message to 09099164403 or an email to talk to me at city1051fm.com. Don't touch that dial. Keep it locked down on City 1051 FM. God bless you. Good night.
Talk to me with Adedoja Allen.